Hey everyone, it's Elisha Goldstein, founder of the Mindful Living Collective and co-founder of the Center for Mindful Living. And here's our Sunday meditation. I'm so thrilled to be with everyone today and loving that we have a global community right now of over 80 people here live and counting. And it's a beautiful thing to take this space for yourself. Let's see, someone's having trouble with their sound. Just make sure your sound is up. That's all. I just want to make sure, just to say yes if you can hear me right now, just to make sure that, yep, other people have sound. So please, if you don't have, I guess you won't hear me say this if that's the case. I'll just type it in there. There we go. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so just to let you know, to get a sense, first, here's the thing. First, I want you to take a moment to just recognize, and I say this during our meditations and sometimes after our meditations, just the active choice of taking this time out. Wherever you are in the world, we have people here from Southern California. We have people here from Oman in the Gulf. We have people here from Lithuania, from Kauai in Hawaii. We have Monterey Bay up in Northern California. We have East Coast, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. We have people here from Turkey and Zurich, Switzerland, and Canada and Panama, Philadelphia or Philly, Granite Bay, California, and Washington, and wow, North Dakota, wonderful, Albuquerque, wow. So just consider that for a second. We have people here, we have incredible global community live right now. So I want you to take a moment and just, if you can, just imagine everyone here all over the world, and how you're completely connected and about to do a practice with people all over the world. And but most importantly, just the idea that you're taking this time out of all your daily busyness, which your mind said you could, should be doing, really just for your own health and well-being. And this is a incredible act of self-care, and in line with today's meditation, and I'll talk about it in a minute, with self-love. And I'm just taking a moment, just if you want to close your eyes and just take a moment to just acknowledge yourself for taking this time. That's a beautiful way to start this practice. Okay. And so before we begin, if there's one thing I've learned in my time on this planet thus far, is that the greatest motivator, the greatest healing agent, the muscle that we want to build in our lives, and many of you know this, if you just take a moment and just consider your life, you know this just from your own experience, is this act of love. It just really is. And so why not take this moment in the day to strengthen that muscle? I know in my own life, whenever I am feeling imbalanced in any way, and then I allow myself to turn towards myself with a sense of caring towards myself, or feeling cared for by others, there's a sense of balance that gets regained. And I want to allow you to build this muscle. It's a skill that we can all build. So taking a moment to get in a comfortable position, either seated or lying down, and let's allow this to be an opportunity to build this muscle. We'll call this the heart muscle meditation, and we'll do it in some different ways as I guide you through it. So beautiful. We have about 100 people here from all over the world practicing together. So starting off by taking a deep breath. And it's always important for, in the beginning of a meditation practice, it's great for you to know that you can always take time to settle in. You don't need to drop in immediately. It's a time for you to kind of check in with your body and notice, how's my body feeling as I'm starting this practice? That's already you beginning to care about yourself. You're attending to yourself. You're practicing. You're practicing sending yourself the message internally that you're worth paying attention to. What we practice and repeat in life is what we get. And if you practice attending to yourself, kind of an affectionate, warm attention, you're going to get more of that. You're going to build that muscle in your life, in your experience, in the moments that follow. So beginning to notice how your body's feeling. If there's any areas of tension or holding, seeing if that a moment and that with that awareness, you can allow them to soften. Or just your body, or do a gentle stretch. Also noticing how you're feeling emotionally. Depending on where you are, it's a different time of day. It's whatever time of day it is. You might say there's never any other time than now. So we're all on now time, no matter where we are. But in this moment of now, noticing how you're feeling, comfortable, uncomfortable, as you're beginning this practice. Maybe there was an immediate precipitating event that came before this. You've had a long day, or maybe it's just you're just waking up in the morning. So here we are arriving in this moment. How am I feeling emotionally right now? And as I'm beginning this practice, what's the quality of my attention? It's so important not to judge yourself for this, that whatever the quality of your attention is, whether you're frazzled and distracted, or whether you feel like you're really settling in, is okay. The idea is just to be aware of it. The awareness itself is not frazzled and distracted if you're aware of being frazzled and distracted. So just settling and connecting to that awareness. How beautiful it is for you to be attending to yourself and your life in this way for this time. What a gift. So now I want you to see if you can remember a memory in your life. And this is a memory that you might have labeled a good memory. Something that was a memory where you were feeling loved, or maybe you were having joy. Maybe you were connected with somebody, or maybe it was a great accomplishment that you experienced, or experienced a great accomplishment of someone you cared about. This was a good moment in your life. Whatever it was, could be recent or could be distant. I want you to remember it like a movie in your mind. Who was there? What was happening? How are you feeling? And taking a moment to feel so appreciative, so grateful that this experience happened. And let's do this again with another memory. And so just bringing another memory to mind, something else that happened in your life. It could be recent, it could be something from the distant past. It could even be a large event like the birth or an engagement or a wedding. Just remembering it again. The more you can play it, the more vivid it can become in your mind, the better. The more you can connect with the experience and even feeling it in your body. And feeling so deeply appreciative, grateful that this experience occurred. In so many ways, what a gift. What a gift. You might even notice as you remember these memories that a smile forms in your heart, maybe even outwardly on your face. Just allowing whatever's here to be here as it is. As we begin to warm the heart, warm the mind, and seeing if you can do this just one final time, remembering something else. Remembering another moment. And if it's a hard to remember another moment, then just taking the time to remember whatever one you had just remembered. That's okay. But if you can, seeing if you can reach for one more moment. Could be something small, it doesn't have to be something grand. It could be the glance, a smile from somebody. Could have been somebody helping you or you helping somebody else. Could have been a touchstone moment in your life. Whatever it is, remembering it vividly in your mind. What about this moment was such a good moment? I'm feeling so deeply grateful for this time. Just allowing your awareness to fill your body. If there's a good feeling there, allowing the awareness to just expand throughout the whole body and just sensing this as it is, allowing this feeling to be the object of your attention right now. And this feeling, whatever's here, is always here. We're just uncovering it, tapping it. Noticing how your body is just naturally breathing. Sensing this body here, sensing whatever feeling is here, and just being aware of this natural rhythm of being alive. And as you're breathing in, also noticing that this breath nourishes our body, brings essential oxygen to the cells of our body, which helps us maintain our life. So breathing in, sensing in that nourishment, sensing in maybe a sense of love. It's as if with every breath, you're bringing in a sense of loving yourself. And breathing out, relaxing, releasing a little bit more into this space. And so now layering in with every breath in, there's a sense of nourishment. There's a sense of loving yourself. As you're bringing love into your mind and body. Breathing out, relaxing, releasing, letting be. And if at any point any resistance arises, or you notice any uncomfortable feelings arise, or maybe your mind just drifts off, seeing if you can note that and gently guide your attention back. And with every inhalation, allowing that to wash over the resistance, allowing that to be here, allowing any uncomfortable feeling to be here, but allowing it to be held within this sense of nourishment, within this sense of a loving awareness that's brought in with the inhalation, within this sense of acceptance, belonging. Breathing in a sense of nourishment, loving, acceptance, belonging. And breathing out, just and relaxing into your body, releasing any holding, any tension, and letting be. And just considering for a moment all the other people around the world that are here right now, practicing this very same practice of building their heart muscle, of uncovering and tapping into the love that's within them. Literally people from all over the world. Their own space, their own lives, doing this right now. People just like me, who want to feel cared about, who want to feel understood, who want to feel a sense of belonging, who want to better their lives, who want to better this world. People just like me. So breathing in that sense of nourishment, that sense of loving, understanding the breath is literally bringing nourishment into the cells of my body. Breathing in one for me, a sense of love. Breathing out one for everyone else here that's practicing together, over 100 people all around the world. Breathing in, sensing it, coming in, one for me. Breathing out with intention, almost as if it's speaking directly from your heart, one for you. One for all of you. And as you're breathing in and giving that sense of one for you, and one for me, sensing as you breathe out that you're receiving too from all the people all around the world who are also saying in one for you. Sensing the interconnected web of loving intention here. As you're breathing, this interconnected web of love wrapping itself around this planet. And in a minute, we'll come to the end of this practice together, but just taking this final minute to just settle in, noticing how you're feeling now. Physically, emotionally. If there's a sense of loving awareness there, seeing if you can keep it alive. If there's a sense of vulnerability there, allow yourself to care for yourself throughout the day. Really recognizing that what you need is, and what it needs to be met with, is a sense of soothing, a sense of loving. And so beginning to finally just again wrap this, bookmark this with this moment of acknowledging yourself for taking this time. So bringing awareness now to your face, taking a deep breath. Gently, if your eyes are closed, letting the light seep through, opening your eyes. Beautiful. So I'll be happy to hear any if you want to kind of shift into any comments or questions, I'm always happy to be here for you during that time. I mean, we really want to take this. We generated something. We generated something. We want to bring this into the moments, the challenges, the obstacles, the joys of our lives, all of it. You want to generate this strength of heart, of love, that heart muscle, bringing it into the next moments of our lives. That's what makes the difference, healing our own lives in this world. I want to mention to you also that if you are able to, November 15th through 17th, I'll be at Kripalu. We'll be doing in the Berkshires. We'll be doing a beautiful event there over the weekend. And if you have a young family of any kind, 8 years old and older, my wife and I have just announced our next 4th annual Mindful Family Retreat, which will be taking place in Dominical, Costa Rica this summer, June 10th through the 15th. So that's going to be really wonderful. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. And how beautiful it is, literally. I mean, I hope you're able to take it to heart and imagine that. We literally have people are all over the entire world right now here. Even in New Zealand, Susanna, thank you. Yeah, where the time is late or early, depending on how you look at it. So absolutely beautiful. And let's see if there's any questions that are coming in. Nope, just gratitude and thanks. Beautiful. Mary said, we did generate something. Healing very deep, came in fractured, whole now. What a shift. Amazing. Let me get you those just in case anybody is interested while any kind of comments or questions are coming in. Here's the Kripalu event. That's November 15th through 17th. If you are able to make it, if you're anywhere in the United States, probably easier, but people do come from other areas of the world. And the Mindful Family Retreat, just in case, this is basically this is something we've run for the last 4 years, and it's just such an incredible experience for the entire family. Yeah, here's this one. This is the family retreat. A question just came in. Let me grab it. What do you do if I have lost faith with yourself and the kindness of people? Yeah, I'm just feeling into the immense sadness of that comment, and notice that that's a feeling that's underneath it. There's a lot of sadness underneath that feeling, and maybe fear too. Ruperta, I would look around very intentionally for the goodness that's there, because with the negativity bias we have in our brains, and if there's any level of, let's say, sadness or depression or anything like that that's there that reinforces that negativity bias or anxiety, it can become what I call an anxious loop. I wrote about this pretty thoroughly in Uncovering Happiness, but it could become a loop, a vicious loop, or we might call it a spiral down in some way. So sometimes we have to really intentionally be on the lookout for the good that's there, the good in you to begin with. And if you feel like you've lost faith in yourself and the kindness of yourself, which your very presence here speaks to the opposite of that, but be on the lookout for other people doing good so that you can remind your brain that it's there. Certainly be on the lookout for good news that's there. And I would really kind of turn the volume down on watching and attending to the mainstream news, because they're there to grab your attention, because they're there to sell soap. Their advertisements are what keep them going. And so for the most part, the mainstream news will be shouting out things that are extreme or negative, because that's what gets our attention. And that's what we attend longer. The longer we attend, the higher they can raise their price for their advertisements. Not meaning they're all bad, because there is some good news on there, and it's important to be aware of some news in the world too. But it's the amount that we attend to that really matters. But really intentionally be on the lookout for two things. One is the good in the day, the good in people in the day. I'll give you an example. And this is personal. And then we have to end. But we have had huge fires out here in LA recently. I mean, it seems to be a daily occurrence, it seems like. But the most recent one, the tick fire out in the Santa Clarita area, my mom's house is right out there. And some of you may have been there, I don't know, Denim and Dirt Ranch in Santa Clarita. It's a canyon country, and she has 10 horses, 15 miniature donkeys. It's a beautiful, beautiful place, which is a healing center. And if you haven't been there, I encourage you to visit, and I'll tell you what had happened. But they had to all be, of course, be evacuated. They thought they were going to lose their home. Many homes directly surrounding them, completely in ashes right now. And in that moment, the whole community rose up. Online community, our personal online community, offline communities, and the goodness of people was so incredibly apparent. It was like you couldn't miss it. They're still missing a couple animals because they set them free, but because they didn't want to keep them within the ranch while the fire was happening. But by the grace of whatever, their home is standing. So Denim and Dirt Ranch is still there and able to be a healing center. And at the same time, the goodness of people was so apparent. During 9/11, the goodness of people was so apparent. So it doesn't have to be a time of tragedy where we see the goodness of people. That's where it becomes so incredibly apparent. But we can make it a practice for ourselves, a daily practice to be on the lookout for the goodness of people, the goodness within ourselves. Where's our generosity? It's a key mindful attitude and practice, compassion and generosity, and the goodness of within ourselves and with other people, and set an intention every day to be on the lookout for that. And I think that you'll notice that there will be a shifting in your loss of faith towards yourself. I hope that was helpful. Final question. When you have built so many layers over the years and it is very difficult to find the beauty in the general public, but today has opened my eyes to the beautiful in this broadcast. Oh, beautiful, John. Wow. For those of you who are still listening, I hope that also really touched your heart as it did mine. Thank you, John. Amazing. We have such an amazing community. I hope you continue to join us every single Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and for this mindful living. It's kind of our Sunday morning meditation is really what it is. And come every Sunday, make it your ritual. It's really beautiful. If you are able to make it out to Kripalu, November 15th, I would love to be with you in person for an entire weekend. And the link is above. And if you are interested in the Mindful Family Retreat, that always sells out by the end of December. And so we'd love to have you if you have kids that are 8 and older. It's a beautiful place. But if your kids are graduated or you never had kids, it's okay too. We have other retreats. And I look forward to being with you another time. Stay connected. Please stay connected. Okay. Bye for now. Oh, Bobby, sorry. Okay. You want me to mention the mindfulness cards? Okay. So there's these beautiful mindfulness cards here. This is the Mindful Living card deck. Is that what you were mentioning? I didn't know. Yeah, this is a great list of cards if you're interested in these. I wasn't going to mention these, but here they are. There's 56 of them, and you just kind of pull them out. They have various different topics, from learning from the mindful experiences, learning how to relax, to self-compassion and compassion, to bringing more focus and mindfulness in your day, to uplifting your own sense of joy and generosity in your life. And so these are also good to bring into your life. Okay. Thank you, everyone. We'll be with you next time. Bye for now.